is
And good
operational
While I
excellence,
afternoon. So
the key to
I am
getting my screen in
Fabian.
place.
maximizing profitability. There we go. And you can get started. Thank you for showing up again and giving us this great information.
No problem. Good afternoon, everyone. I sound a little nasally. Uh, had fun this weekend in Vegas. We went to a football game, so did a little traveling. So I'm trying to get back to normal. Uh, Today we're going to talk about efficient operations, and I'm not sure if the person is on here. I was hoping she got on here earlier. She has a delivery service. Can you raise your hand if that's the person, if she's on here? Send the,
Is that
is that you, Doria?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pick on you a little bit today.
uh-oh?
I should have
Yeah,
asked earlier.
I'm
You
I'm
were
getting
on
everything
earlier.
together. I'm getting
Okay,
everything
so
what I'm not. I'm sorry.
Say that again. What did you
Didn't just
say?
yet, but I'm getting.
it's gonna be easy. It's not gonna be anything hard, Doria. I promise. Okay, so we're gonna talk about understanding operational efficiencies, streamlining core processes, leveraging technology and automation, linking efficiency to profitability, action plans and takeaway, and then we're gonna have a little Q&A.
All right, let me share.
Okay, keep going, Yolanda.
Mine's is moving a little slow, and I don't want to push it too many times because it'll go past. Let's try again.
Okay.
Okay. Hmm. There we go.
Okay, one more. Why does efficiency matter? Because efficiency is going to drive your profitability. That means that the more efficient we are, the more money we can make. Some of the things in providing that efficiency, we want to reduce costs, save time, and increase your margins. And probably the number one thing is improve your customer experience. Can anyone put in the chat what's one operational challenges your business face? So everybody makes $1 million a month. Good workers, yeah. Cost of vehicles and fuel, okay. Let's go back to that good workers. Um, did anybody notice that after COVID, people just did not want to go to work?
Oh my God.
It was like people just got used to I guess that was the exceptional unemployment that they was getting and the PPPs and everything. It's just been hard to get back to our pre-COVID work ethics. Um, okay, next slide, Yolanda. We're going to define your operational efficiency. You want to do more with less, but without sacrificing quality. That's the one thing that I've always, when I'm discussing stuff with people, I was like, do you want quantity or quality? A lot of people like quality service. So you have to make sure that you're giving them that quality service. Some of your key drivers is going to be to reduce waste, standardize your processes, and use data-driven decision. So my background is in computer science. So anytime I start working with people, I tell them I'm a systems type person. I want to know your process. I want to know if then else, if then what else. So you need to know what your processes are, and then that way, if something is off balance or not going in the right direction, you should be able to find out by knowing what your processes should be. And also use data-driven decision. The thing, data, data, data. You have to know what the factors are, the benefactors, and all of that. That will help you to decide, okay, should I be open 4 days a week? Should I be open 7 days a week? You have to know, you have to look at those numbers, and the numbers are going to provide you with that data. So an example of this is small business cut delivery time by 20%, which will boost their sales. Okay. Any questions on that? How many people have standardized processes, or do you know how everything's flow, how it flows in the business? Everybody just, the business is just running 100%? No questions? Okay, Doria, and there we go. So Doria, I told her she has a delivery business. Is that correct, Doria? Okay. So the thing with the delivery business, if everybody knows, we are Amazon driven, because we know that Amazon has their processes down, and they know which route to send which drivers on that's going to get the most uh, packages delivered in quality time and all of that. So Dora, if you don't mind sharing, if unmute yourself and share how do you process your delivery?
Well, I'm in the process of getting my system together. I'm not in full operation just yet, but I am learning the importance of having a good route optimization system, tracking systems, and things like that to make things flow more efficiently.
Okay, what are you going to be delivering?
Medical supplies, medical equipment, pharmaceuticals, and a little occasionally like different package deliveries.
Okay, and you did say that there's some software that you've been looking at that will give you the correct routes to get the most deliveries.
Right, right. There's starting out, there's different apps that are more cost efficient to use. So I've been researching and looking for ones that would be fitting for my business.
Okay. Okay. And April, you said you know how to run everything in your daily. What is your business, April? Can you unmute April? Well, Deja's saying that she's still figuring it out. Can you give some of your insight on your process, Deja?
Yeah, so wait, can you hear me?
Yes.
So like with the service providing part, like doing hair, I have everything going through my booking site. So like with other well, how I used to do it before was you book through the website, but you got to pay a deposit on a different platform like Cash App or something. I ended up like wiring it to where like my website, you could pay a deposit through the website. My website will give you a confirmation email. You can reschedule through there. Like you can do all those processes through there. So with that specific part, with doing hair, everything like comes, I automated most of it. So that's good. But with the retail and getting into like my selling bias and stuff like that, like I still have to get into, the process of how I want to ship the most the cheapest way to ship and the most, I guess efficient way to like ship off bonnets, and how I want to go about that, because really I just been driving door to door since every one of my ones is local, and then shipping off the bonnets that's like far away, but just trying to figure out like what's the best way to go about it.
Okay. Does anybody else have any operational processes that they would like to share?
Yes. Shipping, and I'm Deja, I'm gonna piggyback off of her. Shipping is one of my biggest headaches. I ship all over domestically. I've yet to ship international, but domestically, the USPS has let me down. Um, no matter, I ship a 2 day priority, and which means it gets there within the next 2 days. Sometimes they don't ship it and it sits. I just had that happen to a customer that I was shipping to in Las Vegas. It sat from July 31st and she didn't get her package until August 15th. So of course I gotta go back and request a refund, and then they want to see pictures and all of that. That's one of my biggest hassles. My second one is finding the right um, workers that don't want to get paid $100 a day for just a minimal amount of work, because they see that you're making the pickle craze is making money. So all this money that I'm making, that they should be getting most of it. That's another big, that's why I go by like paying by the hour now. I'm gonna pay them by the hour.
Okay, Crystal in the chat says that everyone is having USPS issues. And yeah, I think that's across the country. Um, so, Don, you are in constructions. So I know you have to have processes when you have subs coming in. I'm not sure what type of construction it is. Can you give us a little insight?
Sure. I've actually transitioned. I'm not doing so much on hands construction as I am. I kind of transitioned into doing manufacturing and operating more as a material supplier, but also as a manufacturer over the years.
Okay.
And, talk about shipping, some of the products we deliver with our concrete trucks, we only get 3 miles to the gallon. So we have to be very, very, very conscious of um, fuel costs, and my prices fluctuate weekly, and but we're constantly watching the price of diesel fuel so we can adjust our pricing accordingly. Just the fact that we're only getting 3 miles to the gallon. But yeah, I've seen a lot of challenges with the U.S. Postal Service in recent months, if not years. The service has gotten terrible. And of course, distribution is challenging as a small business. We all wish we could do it the Amazon way, and that's what we're kind of up against. How they're so efficient in what they do. It makes it hard on us as the smaller business, but consumer, you don't want to wait 2 or 3 weeks for your product. Especially Amazon, they can sometimes drop it same day or next day. So I hear the pain of some of these other small business owners.
Are you using any special software or anything, Don?
Because we're kind of unique, I had to we're using our own programs that we've developed internally. Business wise, we're just using QuickBooks and such, but for distribution and everything else, we've got software programs that we generated internally.
Okay. Do you use any of that data to make decisions about, like you said, with the 3 miles to the gallon?
Yeah. I mean, mapping is a key element. So we use a lot of mapping software. We the fortunate thing is that we can dispatch our trucks to the closest batch plant location where we can pick up our raw materials and then make delivery accordingly. So we're not tied down to any one batch plant. That if that were the case, that could make or break us as a business. So our business model allows us to utilize any one of probably a dozen different batch plants in the St. Louis and Southern Illinois region, it makes it much more affordable for us to just send our trucks to those closest locations and then, of course, deliver the product to the job.
Okay. What April, I see you said you were on mute.
Yes, my
Can you
apologies about that. Good afternoon, everybody.
you say yes, I know how to run everything in my daily. Can you give us a little bit about your business and some of the processes you use?
Absolutely. I run a managing organization that provides medical and private transportation service. So I transport dialysis, chemotherapy, opioid patients, and I do Medicare and Medicaid. As far as my daily operation goes, it just consists of me having, and I do have one full-time driver and two part-time drivers as of now. And my daily operation depends on my dispatch, my scheduling, gas, maintenance, and my customer service, of course, on the phone.
Okay. So again, you're another one with a truck that's actually, I mean, you're doing deliveries or you're dropping out for whatnot. So when the gas prices kind of jump up, jump down, and all of that, how does that affect your daily uh processes and stuff?
It does affect it, of course. I'm not going to say it don't affect anybody and don't affect me, but I also dive deep into gas stations that offer that 10%. I'm sorry, not 10%, but 10-cent off discount like Circle K. I'm into BP. I have every reward for almost every gas station that I go to. I just recently signed up for a Circle K fleet card. It allows me to be able to purchase my maintenance as well because um, I do have that with maintenance. I need tires for the upcoming winter. I want to be able to change my brakes on all my vehicles. So they offer anyone actually a open card, a open credit line. Either you could have a 15 net pay to pay it back or a 30-day net pay. So I get into all of those with that could benefit me at the end.
Okay. Does anyone else have something that they want to share with us?
And if anyone on here know that how I can scale, how I can level, what else I can do
Did we lose you, April?
to elevate myself. And I also, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. You're on mute.
Um, I, yeah, I was also saying that I also do yard signs for happy birthday as well. And not even just with my transportation, I have a lot of partnerships with senior living centers where I transport them to Walmart once a month.
So there you go. You created some other steps or other, how do I want to say it, streams of
Um,
income that you can.
I have created 7 different streams of income for transportation
Okay.
and 3 different streams of income for, not saying that all 7 of them are active right now. I have 5 of them that's active now. And I have 3 streams of income that's being generated for my nonprofit organization. And of course, just that one income for the yard signs.
Okay. Okay. So we can go to the next side, So here's where we talk about streamlining our core business processes. We have the supply chain management, which we're going to optimize our sourcing and vendor relationships. And that's what Don just talked about, with him and his trucks, knowing where his closest stop may be, and all of that. Just in time inventory versus safety stock. You want to keep that inventory, make sure you have enough inventory to complete whatever orders that are coming in. And then you do something called tracking KPIs. KPIs are key performance indicators, like your lead times, your fulfillment rates, and all of that. And in each business, though, it's going to be kind of the same stuff. Like Trinice, she does pickles. So when she talks about fulfilling her orders for an event, she have to think about how much time is it going to take me to do the order for this event? How much do I need to take out to the event? So it's key performance indicators that's going to make sure that you have enough supply in your processes in order to fulfill your orders. Your internal workflows, processing mappings. You have to visualize each step to spot bottlenecks. Does anyone have any bottlenecks that they are having problems with internal flows now? So we don't think that shipping is a bottleneck for some of us?
I'm sorry, can you identify what's bottlenecks? I never heard or used that terminology before.
That's my question too. I never
Okay.
heard of
So
bottleneck.
so a bottleneck is like where you're doing fulfilling your orders, and then you get to a point where I'm stuck and I need to think of some type of alternative to get me through that portion. Shipping is one. Shipping, I would say shipping would be a bottleneck for some of the people.
Shipping is definitely a bottleneck for me.
Yes. April, yours may be, you say you have the the senior living. So communications could be a bottleneck. You may have a date set up, you communicated to one person at the senior living center, and they may get the dates mixed up.
So could we the term or could I determine the neck as what's stopping you, preventing to move forward?
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. To fulfill orders, to fulfill your transporting and all of that. So that's a internal, and sometimes communication is a real high bottleneck. You have to make sure that you are communicating with the customers are communicating with you, and all of that. And then another internal workflow is eliminating non-value added tasks. Um, Sometimes you may think I need to write stuff down. I smile because I have in my office I have an admin, and I'm a person. I'm computer. She's a little older, but she wants to write everything down. But sometimes that's not a bad thing because I have to go back to her and say, when did we talk to this person? What am I doing for this person? And so some things to me that's is non-value added task, but sometimes it's a good thing. Anybody got some that they can think of non-value added tasks?
Non-value added tasks. I don't get it. I'm sorry.
Something that you think is not necessary. Something that if you look at your processes and you was like, well, maybe if we eliminate this, we can get this done a little quicker. That's how you can look at that.
No, I'm a more so of an organized person. Procrastination could be eliminating a non-value value task if you ask
Exactly.
me.
Exactly.
Um, that's about the only thing that I can really think of because everything else I do stick to what I try. Not all the way 100%, but 90% of career wise, I do stick to what I say I'm going to do it, what I'm supposed to do it, when I say I'm going to do it. So I don't have too many non-value added tasks versus I can say a non-value added task is when other people ask you to do something and you say yeah, knowing that you got something else to do. That's about all.
Yes.
Okay.
Now this not gonna be the April and Trinice show. I need some other people to jump in and talk about this, because the more you talk about it, your processes may be able to help somebody else. So make sure you if you have something to say, just make sure you jump in. Um, customer service. Customer service. Faster response times equal higher retention. Standard scripts or processes balanced with personalization. Your measuring metrics may be your first response time, and customer satisfaction. Okay, we all on here can have something to say about customer service. Um, when we go to Chick-fil-A,
It's just,
who who
she just said 3 o'clock. You just saw that.
who in
Please mute
here
your phone.
Okay, you're gonna go on appointment, right? Okay.
hold on, y'all. She in the same building with me.
Yeah,
See,
yeah, everything.
you going anywhere?
Just throw that in. I gotta go get their cards for my birthday.
Okay.
Okay. So we go to Chick-fil-A. A lot of people, I have a friend, she always says Chick-fil-A has the best customer service. And she said I guess she went to McDonald's one time, and she was like, McDonald's needs to take customer service training from Chick-fil-A. And I do say that Chick-fil-A has good customer service and response time. I know during COVID or right after COVID, the Chick-fil-A on our side in Fairview Heights, they kind of it was a new building and they kind of redesigned it so they could think of a more efficient way to get people in and out. And to this day, I think they're still one of the fastest response times that we have on the fast food scene in Fairview Heights. Can somebody give me some customer service examples?
You know, I pride myself on good customer service. So, one thing that has worked for me, my customers like that one on one. And as any customer would, you like to feel that your dollars matter to the company in which you're spending your money with, your hard-earned money with. So I pride myself in knowing I know each one of my customers. I know what flavor pickles they like because everybody making pickles. But you got to make yourself stand out and stand apart from the other people that saturating your area with the same product because they can go to any other person and get their pickles. They can. But where I stand out, I provide great customer service. I don't go back and forth with customers. The customer is not always right, but when in a small business, I'm gonna let you have it, and I'm gonna refund rather than have that headache. And just smile, keep smiling. That's all I can tell you about that one. Keep smiling. Offer incentives. I do that. I give back. I donate a lot. I donate time. I donate pickles, and then offer incentives. I do that.
Okay, Crystal has her hand raised. You have something to say, Crystal?
I was going to say when it comes to customer service, because my business is totally online, um, I'm in the resale side of things, and I put a lot of pride in my packaging because everything gets shipped. I make sure that every customer gets a handwritten thank you card, no matter if they spent $200 or $5. It doesn't matter to me. And I have seen that over the past year and a half, I have a lot of repeat customers, people that will reach out to me and ask me to look for specific things for them. So that right there really goes a long way. I've even had some in-person customers here locally because of the customer service.
Okay, April, you next.
Absolutely. My customer service is a priority to me because I am providing a service that I once needed. I don't know if everyone on this call knows that I am a 5-year cancer survivor. I was paralyzed before, confined to a bed in a wheelchair. Thank you, Miss Trinice. So my customer service is something that I live by. That is one of the reasons why is actually the reason why I started all three of my business so I can provide something that I once needed, something that someone is going to need. So I treat everybody great. And yeah, I'm gonna put my website in the chat. My customer service reviews are amazing.
Yolanda, you moving too ahead and you're gonna give something away. Um, that's good feedback, everybody. That's good feedback. And that's one that's one of the best things. If you experience something yourself and you know that it's something that is needed, then yes, you have to find out how can I solve this? And good job, April, and we're glad you are surviving and you are moving on. Um, I'm gonna pick on you next, LaDonna. LaDonna is in the business of childcare, so I know LaDonna has some examples. Unmute yourself, LaDonna.
What you want an example of, Ann?
Some of your customer service with your parents and how it was, challenging during COVID and all of that type of stuff.
Well, first I'm gonna say this. I have a really good group of parents. And I try to do for them as much as I can do. And you'll find that I get mine back because they're always referring people to me. And they, always finding me customers. That's what I say they do. They find me customers. And it has been great. It has been great for me. I try to do unto them the way I want them to do unto me. I have, as far as customer service, so I don't really look at it as customer service. It's more of a, I do right by you and you do right by me. And then in return, they all send me referrals. And that's how my business has ran and grown. And I've been doing it for 27 years. And that's about it.
All right. So now we have a little homework. Not homework, but we have a little multiple choice question. And could everybody put their answer in the chat? Which of the following best describe the purpose of streamlining core business processes? A, B, C, or D? Do the Jeopardy music. Okay, I got one answer. Got two. All right. The correct answer is B. B as in best. Is to reduce unnecessary steps and improve efficiency in workflows. We can go to the next slide. Leveraging technology. And this is some of the stuff that Don and Dora and April had talked about is we are a technology-driven society now. We have some automation tools such as CRM, which is customer relationship management, your accounting. We talked about accounting. We're using QuickBooks and everything, scheduling and inventory. So if you're in that retail business, when you're doing your taxes, you have to know your beginning and inventory beginning and ending inventory. So it's good to have some technology that accounts for that. Then we're also in the world of AI, where you can do some forecasting and um, chat bots and insights. And then we have some dashboards where you can tell you about real-time performance tracking. When we have technology, some of the benefits is you have fewer errors, lower cost, and improved services. When we say lower cost, it's not like you're trying to get rid of people's jobs or anything. It's just that some you may look at um how your workflow is, and one of the processes may need to be eliminated because you can have some technology that can do that. And again, you know how they're doing the self checkouts at Walmart and all of the different stores. Um, but they know that they still need that human interaction because everybody is not going to use it. And again, if you're doing stuff manually, you'll have fewer errors if you go ahead and integrate some technology into your processes. Next slide. All right. Efficiency yields to profitabilities. So you have your indirect and your direct and indirect, where you reduce costs for better margins. And then you have indirect, satisfied customers gives you repeat business. And we just talked about that. And Deja, you talked about that, how you doing keeping up your communications and how that's giving you client retention. So can you talk about a little bit on that, Deja?
Yeah, specifically with like the customer service part of it, or
And how
how they
you get repeat customers from that?
Yeah, so like it's everything that comes with it, because I'm not gonna lie, right now with hairstylists there is kind of like that stigma of like the new age hairstylists, and how like they're known for being, unprofessional, late, not communicating correctly. So I do kind of make it my thing to be the exact opposite of that, and actually be intentional with every single one of my clients. So, being on time, communicating with them if they have any questions. Like, I'm pretty sure anybody with a small business, you've got these questions where it's like, to you it might be common sense, but people really just don't know. So like putting my best foot forward, setting good impressions for first time clients and all of that. And so it's really been reflecting. Like, I have year-long clients. I just moved from being on the west end of Belleville to St. Louis, and it's really nice to see that like people, they like me so much, or they like my service so much to where they're able to drive even further just to continue being serviced by me. So yeah. Did I explain right?
Yes, you did. She's so busy. Her TT can't even get in and get an appointment.
Oh my gosh.
Anybody else want to share how you had a satisfied customers that will give you repeat business? Well, I'll give
Provide.
one.
If I can say that, and that that's how I am. My customers, my parents, they're always sending me business, and they'll be the first to let me know when they are having kids and Miss LaDonna, I need a spot, because they like bringing their kids to me. They trust what I do. They know they know me. So therefore I'm constantly, I got a wait list. And I haven't had a wait list in a long time, but is if you satisfy your customers, you will get business from those customers.
April, do you have something?
Yes, ma'am. I provide a service to them where they cancel their appointments if they can't ride with me. They will go and rearrange their appointments so they wouldn't ride. I'm gonna give you a small example. A lady, I didn't have any, she was gonna have to stay an hour and 15 minutes over to wait on somebody else on a daily basis. I said, okay, well, I'm not going to, it's just an option for you, but I'm also going to help you find another transportation service that can provide transportation for you so you can get, so you won't have to wait. She specifically said, no, I don't want to lose you as a customer. So whatever I have to do and however how long I have to wait and wherever I have to ride to, I want to stay with you. And I have had at least over, I want to say a minimum of like 10 customers have done that to me within the past 10 years. And that speaks volume to me.
Yes, that does. That does. I can give you all an example with the tax business, and I, I I've always started small. And one of the things that I do when the kids are in school, colleges, I do their taxes for free. Then when they graduate and they become I guess working citizens or whatnot, then that's when I pick up. So I don't rely on them for a monetary value when they're in school, but I know when they get older, they'll always remember Miss Ann did my stuff for free, and they still stay with me. Um, and then there's some tax preparer that has uh, gotten old and passed away, and I had one that was my client. Her mother and her sister, they were going to someone, and that person passed. So she told them to come to me. So I picked up the mother, the sister, and then the mother told one of her friends. No, I think she told two of her friends. So in that, I picked up between 6 to 7 clients just by my satisfied customer saying, "Okay, your person gone now. Go to Ann." So yeah, if they're satisfied, they're gonna give you repeat business, and they're gonna give you more business. So next slide, Yolanda. Okay, one of my many jobs, I'm a math teacher. So I was a math teacher. So I had to put a math question in there about how efficiency can lead to profitability. So a company spends $500 each month on printing. After switching to a digital system, they reduce their printing costs by 60%. So first question is, how much do they save each month? I'm waiting for those answers in the chat. And no cheating.
Yeah, and I'm gonna let you have that one because I was just gonna go to my. I'm not even gonna. Chat GPT tell you everything. I was just gonna go there, so I'm gonna let y'all have. I'm with you when you write your needs, because you can do it on a calculator.
Okay, Yolanda, give them the next slide. Because I got some smart people in the group. So on the first one, how much would they save per month? You have to take the 500 times 60%, or you do 500 times 0.60, and that's going to give you $300 a month. Then for the year, you take, I say 300 per month, take that times 12, and that'll give you the 3,600 per year. So how $3,600, it makes me seem a small amount, but that's a big amount for a small business. So next question. I mean, next slide, Yolanda. So you need to come up with a 3-step action plan when you want to make your processes more efficient. The first thing is you audit your current processes and find waste. Again, some of the things you can look for are, am I finding the best route for my deliveries? Uh, am I that's one of the biggest thing if you're in the delivery business or whatnot. But you have to find that waste. Again, like the question that we just had, is it some paper, some processes that we're doing by paper that we could do digitally? Number two, you want to prioritize improvements, your quick wins first. You take small steps in improvement. You find something, again, like we say, communications is probably a big one, that could help you with improving processes or whatnot. And then you have to implement tech and track your key performance indicators. So one of the key takeaways is efficiency is about smart systems, not cutting corners. So let's say if we baking cakes or whatnot, we don't want to start using the lower grade butter or the lower grade flour. If we could think smartly, okay, let's have some coupons to get that butter and flour when it's on sale. Again, that's a smart system, and you're not cutting corners. KPI April is key performance indicators. Okay, now next slide, Yolanda. Here we go. It's time for questions and answers. Anybody have anything, any comments, any suggestions?
So Miss Ann, for you, I understand that's a great thing what you do for the students as well. Well, kudos to you. And as far as Texas goes, so I know that I had got your number a couple weeks ago, and you're in Illinois, I believe, correct?
Yes.
So I need to contact you for the taxes that I haven't filed and current. I'm currently, I have my current taxes done, but I'm just saying, like, for you to go over it, making sure that I have met all of my itemized deductions or things that I can write off. And I also have a tax bill as well from a previous year, a couple years ago, actually. So if you were someone that I could get in contact with.
Yes, but we also have an office in St. Louis. Nate, um, he's in the office in Missouri. If you just don't want to come to Illinois, Yolanda could provide you with all that information. And I'm
I
not
live
saying
in
you,
Illinois.
huh?
I live in Illinois. I live in
Oh,
Belleville.
okay. Okay, yeah. Yolanda she'll give you all of that information. I'm in Fairview Heights. You could come to the Fairview Heights office and we could take a look at that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I had a question.
Yes, ma'am.
For going back to the beginning with the supply chain management, and you on the slide it had something about like optimizing like vendor relationships. How would I go about that, or what does that look like?
So basically, when I'll just say, let me give you an example of a salesperson. What salespersons, when I used to work for the city of East St. Louis, there was a guy, he was doing something with electrical systems or something. He wanted to change the lights in the building, try to make it more efficient for our electric bill.
Mhm.
So he would come in and he would bring us some donuts or some cookies. He one time he just brought lunch for the office or whatnot. He was building that relationship, which sometimes that'll get you through the front door to talk to the person that you need to talk to. And once they kind of build that trust with that customer and that vendor relationship, then you can be like, okay, we're thinking about changing this. Does your company do that? Does your company do this or that? And that's how you kind of build up trust with the vendor that you're dealing with. You want to make sure that, again, I talked about quantity versus quality. Whatever they're doing, they're giving you quality products, quality service, and all of that.
Okay.
Did that kind of help?
Yeah, so like for me, like selling stuff. So for my relationship to my I guess my customers on the retail side of it, like basically going that extra mile so that they could trust me with more, because I kind of brand myself as like a one-stop shop. Like I teach about hair, I have educational videos, I do hair, and then I also like sell hair supplies to maintain it. So you're saying like with the relationships with my clients or whatever, going that extra mile to where like they trust me. Okay, she do my hair, I trust her, I can buy my supplies from her, or or if they get good quality supplies, or I think somebody else on here said like adding personalized thank you notes and stuff like that, like that'll keep that
Yes.
relationship going.
Yes, because when you give that personal touch, people remember that. Yes, people remember that. If you go above and beyond, they'll sit and they'll think. They might not say nothing when they're in the shop with you, but they'll go home and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, she did this. That's a good thing. You made them feel special, especially if you're doing their hair and you're doing some extra stuff too. Yeah, that's building up that relationship."
Okay, because I'm trying to just make it to where, okay, not only are you my client, but I'm also trying to get customers as well and build up that stream of income. So
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Miss Ann, is your services free through Justin Peterson, or is that a personal expense?
Well, we have to talk because we are now the taxes. We're not doing the taxes through this program, so that part would be a personal expense.
Understood.
But the
As far as
accounting
like
service,
accounting,
say that again.
CPA or accounting, I'm
The
sorry, a
accounting part,
CPA or
yes,
accounting service. Okay.
the accounting services is part of the Ignite Illinois. Yolanda's she has to go through Peyton for all of that. Unmute, Yolanda. Unmute.
Yes, Peyton is the point person for that. Just the way the program is working right now. I don't have her. Cameron, do you have Peyton's email address? You can pop in the email in the chat. I put my email in there, so you can either email me and I'll forward you to Peyton, or Cameron's going to
phone number in there.
I think email. You could put
Email.
both. You could put both.
I email Miss Payne. I've been in frequent contact with her through email, and I emailed her the same question I emailed you last week, Miss Yolanda. And I had asked her about CPA or accounting information as far as taxes, and she said that maybe she had already sent the information to me, but she said she didn't have anyone that could be sent to me.
Huh? Can I look into that a little bit more and get back with you? And because that's the part she takes care of, and I usually let her respond, but I'll get back with you April today, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, dear.
And before we leave, everyone, if you know of any other businesses that could benefit from this program, please get them to contact Peyton or Yolanda so we can get more people into the webinars and stuff.
Yes, yes. And again, thank you all for showing up. Thank you for your questions and your participation. I will see you all next Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So yeah, and I'm going to connect with Peyton. I have to get on another webinar after this, and then I'm going to connect with Peyton and answer the
Let's
question
see.
for
Okay.
and I'll CC you in the email once I respond.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
fine.
Oh, and I
All
love
right.
your niece. I love her. She is so amazing. Just to be so young and have that much thought process. I would love an opportunity to speak with her because I do sales as well. And then I think there was someone else on the call who did sales. Crystal. Crystal says
Okay.
she does resell. So maybe we can connect, or maybe that may be something, because a lot of people are into sales now. And one of the things I use, is what is it? Robinhood.
Okay.
Robinhood is cheaper than U.S. postal system, but at the end of the day, we still have to use the postal system or UPS. So,
Uh-huh.
but the good thing, it makes the process of getting your money back and tracking your packages a lot easier with everything. At least that's, and it's cheaper.
Crystal is a classmate of mine.
Okay, because yeah, she
Yeah.
said online that she was doing resells.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are now, and it's good money in it. And even I was thinking about, I'm going to do some research when I get off, because we have another web meeting. I want to research, even if for her having even though they take a portion out of it, you were saying streamline. Amazon is the quickest way to do something, maybe setting
It
up an
is.
Amazon storefront so they can ship her stuff for her.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
That's true.
and that's, but I mean, it has to make sense. It has to be, the volume has to make sense to do that. And I think Amazon has a good way of, let me look into it, or you could look into it, but I think that might be it, because we got to support that baby. She's doing the right things. All right, I gotta
All
go.
right.
I'll
Okay.
talk to you
Bye-bye.
later. Bye bye.